It's time for Wisdom Warrior Wednesday. The Parade of Masks. A few years ago, at my father's funeral, I read a poem called Please Hear What I'm Not Saying. There's a line in that poem that has stayed with me for a very long time, and it's this: I wear 1,000 masks, and none of them are mine. I've recently been thinking about that line, especially after a conversation with a friend. You see, we all hear the word authenticity everywhere these days. Just be authentic. But I'm not so sure authenticity is as simple as people make it sound. Because throughout our lives we play many roles. We are parents, we are children, we are leaders, employees, business owners, volunteers, friends, partners, mentors, community members, the list goes on. You add to it whatever you like. And when we step into those roles, we are authentic to what that role requires us to be. A CEO who leads a company is not being fake. A nurse caring for patients is not being fake. A teacher standing in front of a classroom is not being fake. A speaker standing on a stage is not being fake. They are, each and every one of them, being authentic to the responsibility they have accepted in that role. So perhaps the problem isn't that we wear masks. Perhaps the problem is that when we forget there is something beneath them, something quieter, something softer, something more human. What if beneath all of the roles there's an essence? We each have an essence. The part of us that still wonders if we're enough. That part that occasionally doubts. The part that gets hurt. The part that grieves. The part that hopes. The part that doesn't always know the answer. The part that can't always be strong. And perhaps that's why so many capable people are quietly struggling, because the world rewards the role, but the soul still longs to be seen, not for what it does, but for what it is. Maybe authenticity isn't about removing every mask. Maybe authenticity is remembering that the mask isn't all of who we are. Maybe the wisdom is knowing when to lead, knowing when to perform, knowing when to serve. Maybe it's also knowing when to let someone see the human being underneath, the capable one, the strong one, the leader, the fixer, the helper, the one who usually asks everyone else if they're okay. Perhaps every one of us carries a private, the essence of who we are that we protect from the world. Not because we're dishonest, but because we're human. And maybe the greatest gift we can offer another person, in the same gift that poem speaks about, to see beyond the role, beyond the title, beyond the certainty, beyond the performance, and ask, how are you really? Because sometimes the most authentic thing about a person isn't the role they play. It's the humanity they rarely show. And maybe that's what we're all searching for. I don't know. Not perfection, not performance, certainly not another mask. Just a place where the essence of who we are is safe enough to be seen. I'm Belinda. This has been Wisdom Warrior Wednesday. I'll leave you with that food for thought, and I will see you next week. Reach out. I'm just here for you.